Welcome to 1407 Great Malkin Lane. This is the live memory of the X-Men. Don't let anyone tell you different. Okay. X-Men 25. Written by Gary Dugan with Stefano Casilli on the pencils. And wow. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. Okay, so this is the first issue since the Hellfire Gala. Yeah, check out the last video to feel out about that one. Oh man. So this is focused on like hate Pryde. And we kind of get things in a little bit of a pulp fiction, like we get from the beginning. We start kind of at the end. Well, we start at the beginning and then we just kind of like we keep jumping in time through flashbacks, and then we find out what happened.
Timey-wimey stuff.
Hellfire Gala, where she is surrounded by a bunch of Orchis agents, and she just goes nuts. Not nuts. She's just like she starts killing people, and I have no issue with this. I mean, these are all things we all knew Kitty could do anyway, and it's wild. It's really something to see. We then kind of jump. We really do jump all over the place. We get Kitty like going back to the mansion and finding like a something that Ogun gave her. And listen, the whole ShadowKat thing is it's stupid. All right, grammatically it sucks. Just call her ShadowKat. That's what it is. Like she's a ShadowKat. But Gary Dugan does not like acknowledging that, or I don't know. It just screams illiteracy. That's that's how I look at it. Uh we get updates on what's going on with Orchis, and they are just doing they're just doing this whole PR campaign. They're talking about how they shut down the gates, how they took out Krakoa, they're the heroes, how Firestar is now the like was their plant, and they're like they love her. Like she's one of the good ones. She was with us. She's been with us the whole time. She knew this whole thing was that whole thing was shady. And we see Ben Urich writing down, and it looks like he doesn't believe it. He really doesn't believe it. Uh just Orchis is just setting like they're turning Captain Krakoa into like a terrorist. I think it's John Walker. It makes a lot of sense. Uh, all the Krakoan gates have been commandeered and have shut down. Like no one can get through them except for Kate, but no one knows that yet. Phelan is, oh God, he's just a hater. Like he thinks he's doing something. That's the mutants are being mutants around the country are being shifted to various prisons, and it looks like this is how Days of Future Past gets started. Dr. Stasis, he this whole speech is great, but it really brings it home when we get to my man, the big homie, Scott Summers, saying what everybody needs to say to Sinister at some point. What I really like about this issue is just the complete shutdown of emotions. Kitty is obviously super traumatized over what she did, and she's not dealing with it. She's doing her best Wolverine impression, and seeing Sync, I swear he just. I don't buy his voice. I don't buy Gary Dugan writing his voice because it's not authentic. It just feels like, you know what? It feels like Mike Henry playing Cleveland Brown. Like he's writing a black guy, but there's nothing in it for him to really sink his teeth into. Also, the fact that Captain America is the one that okay, this is just for me, but a long time ago, the Singh said that his hero was the Black Panther, and he always wanted to meet him. I think this would be a really good time to show that, and also probably see that much how ain't shit T'Challa it really is, because the Wakanda, seriously, they're just one hissy fit away from joining Orchis. Oh, I think one of the biggest parts of this issue to me was the fact that Krakoa has been compromised, which means the children of the vault are free, and they are pissed. They are so mad. I can't believe it. I'm like, oh snap, this is bad. And you know what? Now I bet you people are going to be looking at Bishop's War College like, you know what? Maybe we need to put more money and put more attention onto this thing because, yeah, what something that kind of bothers me about this issue is this exchange. Kate is talking to a rabbi, and the rabbi is like, just from the tone, I get like, oh, I don't really like what the mutants did, but it'd be hypocritical. And sorry, it's just that passing white language that I catch on to. I grew up with it, so uh I am. But what she says right here, after everything you've seen and done, do you still believe in God? That is such a manipulative question. And like if and then when Kate says, "Oh, of course I do," and he's like, "Oh, thank God," that was going to be a lot longer and more complicated conversation. Okay, okay, that is kind of weird to me because, like, what would it matter? Like, yes, what would it matter if Kate still believed in God? Because, like, really, she's seen that um like everything she's seen, she'd be told perfectly understandable to not believe in God anymore. But this is something that this is something Marvel does, or this is something Marvel believes. If you believe in God, you're a moral person. If you are intelligent, you don't. If you're intelligent and you don't believe, or like, you don't believe in God, that means you're a villain. So if you believe in God, you're more, but like, and that's why certain characters are allowed to be bad sometimes. Like Nightcrawler is allowed to go ape shit and kill a bunch of people every once in a while because he believes in God and he's gonna atone and he knows it's wrong. Whereas somebody like Beast, he'll do the same thing and says like, "There's a reason why he did it," and he doesn't feel bad about it, and he would be considered a villain. It's really weird. I don't know. All right, but overall, I'm giving this book like a 4 out of 5. I really like how they're going with it. I can't wait to see where they're going with it. Okay, also, I was just thinking about this, and I put this on Twitter. If Orchis really wants to hurt mutant kind, they can do their own version of Me Too. Think about it. All right, this is 1407 Great Welcome Lane. I'll see you soon. That's why he's the